Welcome everyone. Today we are reviewing the Pixel 7. So you're probably wondering, why are you reviewing the Pixel 7 in 2025? Because the phone is from 2022. It's because it's still an amazing flagship phone and you can get it around $200/euros refurbished, which I personally think it's a great deal, especially because this Pixel phone is going to get updates until Android 17, which is probably in 2-3 years. So yeah, I think it's a really bang for your buck phone, especially if you only have a little bit of money to spend. So yeah, let's get into specs. So it has been released in October of 2022. It has a 6.3-inch AMOLED display, as you can see here. The pixels are 1080 by 2400. The front and back glass are both Gorilla Glass Victus, which I still put a screen protector on. I would recommend to do it as well, because as you can see here, there's already a crack in the screen. And as you can see in the reflection, I'm recording this with a Pixel phone as well. So this is the camera quality of a Pixel phone. The screen is also 90 Hz, HDR10 plus, and has 1000 nits brightness, which is, I think, especially the brightness. Newer screens have a little bit more bright, even the cheaper ones, so you lose a little bit there. But 90 Hz is still really nice, especially if you're coming from something that only has 60 Hz. So it has an under the screen fingerprint sensor, which works 9 out of 10 times really fast. So the screen I would give, I think, like an 8 out of 10. Some screens around the €200 new phones, at least at around the €200 mark, are a little bit better in terms of some features like brightness or the refresh rate. But I think it's still a really awesome screen, especially in some more low light conditions. In the bright sun, maybe a cheaper phone would be better. So let's talk about the cameras. As you can see here, I put a little protector on the cameras because that's one of the downsides I'm going to talk about a little bit later in the video. Some keep that for them. It has a 5 megapixel main camera, which is, I think the camera itself is a lot better, especially the processing, because you get the Google image processing that gets updated with every version of the Pixel. So I think Google's processing, yeah, is top tier. It's up there with iPhone and other great flagship phones. So I will also upload some pictures that I've taken with this phone, so you can check it out for yourself. On video it doesn't always come out because of the processing and things, so you could check online for better 4K, real 4K pictures of the Pixel 7 that the Pixel 7 has taken. This is a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. So this camera on my other Pixel, which I'm filming this with, broke. I don't know if you can see it. No, not that you can see it, but yeah, the glass for the cameras is really fragile. So I bumped it against workout equipment and it broke. So I've protected it with this little glass, which is really cheap. And if you can protect your phone, why wouldn't you do it? So it can record at 4K with HDR and image stabilization, which I think, if I move my tripod a bit, you almost don't see the movement on camera. So I think the camera is definitely from a flagship phone, albeit it is a little bit older. But if you look at flagships now, those cameras are not a whole lot better, and it's definitely better than most cameras you get around the $200 mark. If you get a little bit higher, like 350, 400, then the cameras could get better, because some cameras have more megapixels or they have a little bit other processing, but Google processing is still the best for now. So more of the technical spec, it has 8 GB of RAM, it is 128 GB of storage. You also have some versions with 265 gigabyte out there. It has a Google Tensor CPU, which Google itself made, which is really fast. For gaming, it's still fine. I would say most simpler games are running very well, but if you get games like Fortnite, Hearthstone, Call of Duty, it's struggling a little bit more of those, but that's understandable because, yeah, it's a $200 phone. Most $200 phones are gonna struggle with Fortnite and other games. So if you want to really game on it, I would look at a more expensive phone, maybe a new Pixel 9a, for example, could be a really good option. So yeah, light games run well, heavier games not that great. You can play them 100%. It does get hot. That's a little bit of a problem with the Pixel 7. It does get hot pretty quick if you're filming 4K HDR like I am right now, or if you're gaming a lot, and if you're gaming heavy, then it can get quite hot. So not hot to the touch, but not like burning your hand, but it is noticeable and it's sometimes uncomfortable depending on how you hold the phone. I think the specification, I don't think you can find a faster phone under $300 than the Pixel 7, at least maybe on par, or it's better in some areas, but then the Pixel 7 is better in some other areas. The materials as well are of course premium flagship materials, like the glass back with the cornered edges. The screen itself is also very premium. It just feels premium. I usually always put a case on it because yeah, that's just a little bit of security, because I drop my phone possibly a lot. So a case is definitely worth it. So the battery is a little bit more than 4000 milliamp hours, and it gets me through the day just fine. I think this is a part where the battery is like, I think, one of the main downsides of getting a refurbished Pixel, because if you get another €200 phone, I think it maybe even have a bigger battery, and also it's a newer battery, so the battery part would be not that great, and especially charging as well. It has 20-watt charging, which puts this phone, you need 30 minutes of charge for 50% battery. So that's not the best, but if you just use it normally, like I use, so you're on social media, you're playing small games throughout the day, then it's going to be fine. Then you can get through the whole day, and you get home, you charge it. I usually charge it anyways while I'm at work or while I'm at home. But when I go like to an amusement park, then the phone definitely holds up, because probably where you're going something, you're not going gaming all day. And if you're going somewhere where you're going to game all day on your phone, you can charge the phone. So I think that's it's a downside, but it's not that big of a downside depending on your own preferences. So some other downside, it has no micro SD slot. It says only a SIM slot right here. It can get hot under heavy load, like I just mentioned, and there is no warranty from the manufacturer. But a lot of refurbished stores, as well in America, Europe, maybe Asia as well, are offering 1-year warranty for the phone. So let's say you buy it for €200, you have 1-year warranty on the phone, which is decent. So for who is this phone meant, and should you buy it? So I think it's meant for people that like a really good phone with flagship features, that are willing to pay a little bit of a risk and don't want to pay 600 or 800 euros for today's flagships. The truth is that a new phone for $200 is safer, but it's also going to be slower and not as great in a lot of aspects. So I would recommend this to people that would like to take a risk, that are looking for a $200 phone and don't mind going a refurbished phone. For other people that want a little bit more security, let's say you're getting a phone for your grandma or for your mother, then maybe a newer $200 phone is a little bit more secure, because they're probably don't need the power and the camera. But it's still a great option, because usually some cheaper phones are also a lot bigger, and this one is not that big. It's 6.3 inches, which is a really nice size, I think. So yeah, should you buy it? I think yes. If you're looking at a $200 phone, you should definitely consider a refurbished Pixel 7. I would drop some links below where you can get those phones for €200/$. If you have any questions, don't forget to ask them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one.